conservation project that's based here in Cameroon. We rescue and rehabilitate primates and the great apes. So what happens is we have the orphans come in and we'll rehabilitate them, we'll get them into good health, and then we introduce them into different groups within the park, with the hope that maybe one day we can actually put groups back into the wild. That's still very much in the early stages, but that is, we have to have an aim, and that's what we have to move towards. Ape Action Africa is important in two respects, because we have a responsibility to care for the orphans that are coming in and unfortunately are still coming in. The future of those orphans, there's still a big question mark. Is it possible to put them back out into the wild? We don't know, but we have a responsibility to look whether that's a possibility. The second part of that is we have to keep the ones that are in the wild and not have them end up here in Mefu. For Ape Action Africa, education is one of the most important aspects of our project. We can't do the work that we do now without that, which is why we have a team of educators that work within all of the schools within the park area and also within the main city centre of Yaoundé, because we really believe that working with the children can change beliefs, can change attitudes, because the children then go home and take that into the family, within the communities. But we also have programmes with the adult community as well. We'll go to church groups, women's groups, we do health groups. It's a really, really broad spectrum, and for us that's probably one of the most important aspects of the project, is education. Some of these kids, even though they live in Cameroon, have never ever seen a gorilla. Their whole idea of a gorilla is a food source. So we have a whole programme where the guys will go in and teach them why it's really, really important to protect the chimpanzees, to protect the gorillas, to protect the forest of Cameroon. And then the end is when they come and they see a gorilla for the first time, which even now after all these years is just fantastic to watch, when you see a group of children go and meet Bobo for the first time. And also they monitor, and they'll ask certain questions at the beginning of a class. How do you feel about gorillas? How do you feel about chimpanzees? What are they? And then when they ask the same questions at the end, there's such a huge difference. So for us, education is a major, major factor of the project. A few years ago, we managed to get funds and we rebuilt one of the schools, because it was just like a mud hut that was falling down. So they've now got a new school. We also managed, working again with collaboration with other people, to get funding to build 5 schools within the communities. They had no toilet facilities before, so now they've got toilets. We did a fresh water programme, because some of the schools didn't have access to fresh water, so if the kids had a plastic bottle, if they were able to, they would fill their bottle and then go to school. So we provided bidons and cups, and then the kids go and fill the bidons, so now all of the kids can have water throughout the day. We try and support them as much as possible. We also support one of the teachers, so we pay a salary for the teachers, because there are teachers that are there but there's no funds to pay a salary, so a lot of the schools are very understaffed. We have a volunteer programme, which is very important. People will come over, minimum time is 2 months, maximum time is 3 months, and they cover all aspects of work. It's very, very physical. You're cleaning cages, you're going out into the bush with machetes to cut leaves, to get wild fruit, cleaning animal food, cleaning the animal food containers, cooking food for the animals, working on the gardens, sometimes on construction, on enrichment as well. There are times where you'll work with caregivers and get to look after the infants as well, but it's just basically anything that needs doing, and they're really, really important for us, because we can be short-staffed. We have over 300 primates here, and the staff are concentrating on that. So the volunteers kind of do all the work that we just haven't got the resources to do. What we look for is passion, people that want to work and can work really hard, and that just want to make a difference in whatever way that is, whether that's digging a trench or cleaning bananas every day. There are so many things people can do to help us with the work we do here at Ape Action Africa. You don't have to get on a plane and come out here and live in the forest for 3 months. It's easy to kind of look at the problems that are going on out here and just think, oh, it's another problem in Africa. It's not. it involves every single one of us, whether you're here in Cameroon working in Mefu, or whether you're back in Birmingham or back in the UK. All of us play a part in this, and all of us can do something to make a difference. Funds are a huge factor for us. For us to be able to take the orphans in and to care for the orphans in what might be another 30 to 50 years, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So funds are a huge problem for us. So we need people to fundraise for us. We need people to get awareness out there. There are so many people that just haven't got an idea what's going on and what the chimpanzees and the gorillas, you know, what threat they have. So all those little fundraisers, the fun runs, the garage sales, they add up and they mean such a huge amount to us. You know, £200 can do our milk supply for a month with all of our little babies. So, you know, don't think, oh, it's only this amount, it's this amount. It's a huge amount to us here. So fundraise, let people know what's going on out here, why we need to help them, what we need to do. It's all very important. It's very easy to donate to us here at Ape Action Africa. You can go on the website, everything's there, you can donate online. We also have our Adopt an Ape scheme as well. We've got a whole group of little infants that you can adopt. You pay a contribution every year, and that money will help us to buy all the milk, the medical supplies that they'll need, and the care they'll need for however long they are with us at Mefu.